Let's talk about growth. Let's talk about customer acquisition. The first question I wanted to ask you, do you need money to launch a successful brand campaign? Yes? No? Well, I will tell you yes and no. I'm going to show you in this episode how you can launch a successful brand campaign or marketing campaign without a single penny, but just creativity. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, let's talk about campaign success for creativity, whether you have a budget or whether you do not have a budget. I'm going to show exactly how you can do it, sharing with you examples of what I've applied to also do it for my own brands whenever I had a budget or no budget. And if it works for me, it will definitely work for you. So let's get started. The first thing first is obviously leveraging social media. If you're not on social media, if you're not active on social media, you are missing out. Remember that we are tribe animal. We always like to be part of the community. Whether you are a chocolate lover, whether you are an accountant, whether you're an investor, you will find a tribe for every single interest out there. So you need to figure out where your audience is. So for example, when we launched our nonprofit organization, which was targeting Black female professionals, our tribe was on LinkedIn and on Twitter. So we focused on LinkedIn and Twitter before developing ourselves in other social media platforms. So leverage social media the best way you can. This is the first thing I will advise you. If you're not doing it, get started because you are missing out on so many opportunities. The second thing, which is super powerful as well, remember that we as individuals follow people that we really like, who are experts in their field and whatsoever, and we obviously recognize as influencers. Kim Kardashian is not the only influencer in the space. You have influencers in the B2B space, aka me as well, as an example, who people follow for different reasons. So who are people in that space that your audience follow that you can collaborate with? And to be able to achieve a successful collaboration, it doesn't necessarily mean an exchange of money. You have to understand the value that you bring to the table and what's the agenda. Remember, if you understand what your audience or what your influencers want, you can give them something even if it is not money. All right, so really recognize that and use that effectively. B2B or B2C works really, really well. And obviously, if you are focusing on social media, okay, you need to make sure that you have also building your email marketing audience. Again, let me give you an example. So when we launched, we didn't have a website at all, nothing. We just had a blog page made on Tumblr at the time, and it was so badly designed, let's be honest, because we just had no budget for it. So what we did, we focused on having a Weber, a newsletter to make sure that we stay continuously in contact with our audience. It was a good way. So the focus was we had a pin on our social media page, our newsletters. People can just sign up and they receive a newsletter every day. Why is it so important? Because it helps you starting building a relationship with your audience. The more they hear about you on a regular basis, the more they're going to remember you. So make sure that you're utilizing email marketing. Email marketing is not dead, let me tell you that. And if you know what you're utilizing, your audience was interested in reading your newsletter on a regular basis, then you're more likely to drive more people towards you. Second thing, obviously, if your content is boring, nobody's going to be interested in what you have to share. The best way to think about engagement content is to look at people in that same space who are already doing really well in engagement. I'm not saying copying them, but really to try to understand what works really well for them so you can really adapt to your own style to find your secret sauce. So again, something like when we launched was an organization we're focusing as well on Black men in tech, but nobody really focused really on putting them on a pedestal, and we changed that. So we really just went into, okay, well, everybody said there's not enough Black women in technology, we're going to go against the status quo and present a single Black woman every day. What it created such an engagement because for the first time, our Black female professionals felt recognized, and now a lot of people are obviously applying that technique to grow their own community, which obviously worked really well. And this approach that we still applied works really, really well. But everything I'm sharing with you, I want you to bear that in mind that it only works if you have a great brand. If your brand doesn't showcase value, creativity, or something that is unique in the market, all of these beautiful creativity ideas will not work. Really remember, everything starts with having a strong brand. If you don't have a strong brand, a strong vision, a strong purpose, all of this serves for nothing. The next one is obviously hosting events. As much as you can stay online and do great things, you need to keep it real and keep it authentic. That means hosting events can be in person, but also virtual. People want to be able to connect with you in real life. But really, it's not about just hosting any events where you're presenting your products, but really offering the best values. So again, something when we launched a non-profit organization, we used to run events on a monthly basis. So we're very regular and very consistent. But most importantly, we're offering relevant events for our industry. So for example, power of how to negotiate effectively, how to start in opportunities, how to get opportunities in net roles, or how to progress within your career, how to break the glass ceiling. It was very important for us to understand what our audience needed, and that's why building a two-way street relationship with your audience will help you understand how to always provide the most relevant content that they're after. And as a result of that, we've run some of the biggest events, and if you've been to our page, you see some of the biggest events where people have been on waiting lists because they wanted to attend an event so much. So yes, super powerful, and really apply it. Same thing, use referral marketing. You can use referral marketing if you are a B2C, if you're offering a service, if you're a SaaS firm or whatsoever. Why not give a link for anybody that recommend your services? Obviously, if you already have a relationship with influencers, utilize that even more furthermore. But again, something part of that as well, which is very interesting, if you build your relationship with your audience as a community, they're more likely to also recommend you naturally. And this is what has been very powerful for us. Again, something like since our nonprofit has been launched, we've never spent a single penny on advertising, but really building and continuously building and innovating and building a great relationship with our audience, and it works really, really well. Remember, all the steps and strategies that I've given you right here are only effective if you have a good brand. If you do not have a good brand with purpose, vision, and a great identity differentiation compared to your competitors, this will not work. All right, so good luck and have fun out there, and remember to subscribe, to like, and comment, and I'll see you very soon.